Hello again. I'm on the final bit of rust repairs to the car. It's just basically cleaning it up with the sanding pad so you can see how bad it is. Cutting it open. I was expecting to find a lot of rust in there, but it was remarkably good. I've sliced the bottom bit, ready for that to be taken out, but I didn't want to remove it before I put the flat bit in because I needed some sort of line to work to. So that was the flat bit, and the bottom bit welded back in. I need to get a die grinder or something into the corner. Couldn't quite get into there with the flat wheel. I'll do that afterwards, otherwise I might get problems with the door closing. I just put a bit of primer on it just to stop any flash rusting. Right, this is 40mm plumbing pipe that I got some 45-degree bends. One of the bends on the cage was actually 45 degrees, but the other one was slightly different. So this is the front lateral bar, and I heated the bend up with a heat gun so I could bend it. Yeah, that was my concern. There was I didn't really know where this was going without the main hoop in it, because I don't know how tight the radius is of the bend that goes between the B-pillar and the roof, so I didn't know how close it would be to the ceiling, the roof. So just trying this in, I want it to be as tight as possible to the A-pillar and as high as possible, just so right, it's out of the way of everything. Bending this plastic. This is just basically to get some angles and see if it fits. So I've got a level that it'll tell you what angle when you open it up. It's quite good for setting your camera as well. Just grind that way. Done a little drawing with some dimensions on it and angles on the inside. I've done like a cutting list, so 10.5 meters, but I don't know what length the tubing is. I've bought tubing. I've got 8 lengths, which would be more than enough, but I've got a couple of cars I want to put cages in. So this will just give me a guide. The issue being the plastic is quite flexible. You can sort of move it about. It's not solid like the steel will be. If the steel's too wide, I can always drop it down slightly because it's tapered in at the top. If I drop it down, it'll make it wider. It'll make it slightly narrower, but I don't want to come down too much at the top. It's not quite. It's a bit better there. So, yes, the guy is helping me. He's done a few cages. So, and we've actually, whereas the bender is, there's an e30 there, which is a rally car, so we'll be able to copy bits off that. Hopefully, I'm hoping that he sort of takes over and I just help and carry and stuff. So we'll give it a go and see. But I think we've got the basics now. The rear diagonal, the rear stays that go onto the wheel arch, that's just straight. There's a diagonal that goes from this corner to the rear stay on that arch, and that's just straight. I'm going to put a harness bar in it because I'd rather that. Door bars, they're usually quite straight. Oh, I need a bar at the front. I forgot about that. I better just measure up for the one that goes up here. Right, we copied the plastic bit, and that's pretty good. I might have to just put a little bit of pressure on the ratchet strap to get the top in a little bit. But no, I'm pleased with that. I just need to cut the legs down for length, and I might try and get it up just a little bit more, and then put some sealant or something between that and the roof, and then I won't have to put the original bar that was on there. I need something to support the roof. But no, that's yeah, it's looking good. But the idea was put this one in first and then check that the plastic lateral bar that runs down the front, I'll do it on this side because that's what it's made for, check that fits in all right with it, and then he said he'll bend those tomorrow. He's away on holiday day after tomorrow. So if I've got the front laterals bent, that's all I need bending. Maybe the top of the screen bar, but I can get on with so much more then. And the screen bar will be on clamps as well, so I can get the whole back built up, the back stays, and yeah, go on with that. Exciting. Right, I'm in the white car, the e30, just checking out the cage on this one. This is the safety devices. Oh, sorry, it's a bit dark in here, so just holding the torch up. There's a few things I don't like about this cage. One is it's massively far away from the roof. It could be a lot higher. I presume this is one for a car with a sunroof. And also, it's so far away from the A-pillar. That bend is so short compared to mine. Yeah. So mine will be a lot further forward than that one. I suppose this could have been, if it was on boxers, the whole lot could have gone up a bit more, but then the backstays wouldn't have worked. And also, where the backstays come down, they're supposed to be as high up as possible. I'm sure safety devices know what they're doing, because they make a lot of roll cages. But also the diagonal is in a position so when the harness bars, I think they've been welded afterwards, it's not like a straight line. It's yeah, it doesn't really work too well. Right, yeah, I want to get mine better than that. It seems to lean back quite a bit for some reason. It might be an option for mine. That's good to see before I go ahead and start fixing mine in. This is the other e30, which has also got a safety devices cage, but this is a homologated one, and this is much better. This runs really nice and close to the roof, above the doors, nice and tight to the A-pillar, everything, and it's a lot smaller tube. It's 38mm, which you can have, well, it's homologated, so you can have any size tube. I think I might bring the back stays through the rear bulkhead as well, and try and get them so that they go to the rear strut tops. And that way I've got, because I was thinking the 30-degree angle is different to what I thought. Well, I think that'll work out all right. I can't go up too much. I can go up once. That'll be nicely tucked away once I cut it to length, got it in, it'll go up a bit more as it goes in. So what I'm planning to do is rotate this one to get it to work with the left-hand side, the passenger side. So I've got markings on it and I've got the screw hole, so I will rotate it and then see how it works out this side. It should be the same, but just be a lot easier cutting the new one with the actual right shape and angle to go from. Right, the front lateral ones, both of them are bent. I've just got to cut them down to length. But before I do the length, I need to find out exactly where this one's going. But I do think I'm going to weld this one in. Because it's so close, I can weld it to the shell in a few places. And I find, like my other car, the cage creaks. It's just horrible, the noise it makes, because everything moves and flexes a bit. So if it's like welded where it can be, it'll just make it a lot more rigid. And then I can push these right against the side. Yeah, and you don't have the extra clamps in, clamping it all together. So first thing is find out exactly where I want that main hoop. Like the other car, it leans back a bit more than that. I've got plenty of angle for the rear stays. They've got to be a minimum of 30 degrees off the vertical, so mine are well over that. And then I can cut the lateral roll bars down to length and position them. I've got to drill, because it's so vertical, the cage, the front and the back, I mean, they both lean back slightly. I can drill holes or cut holes, drop the whole cage down to weld above it So I need to know exactly where this part, the front naturals, are going, so I can cut cut out the floor. Yeah, when you think how rotten this was down here, how much rust I cut out, if you've got a bit of an old car and you're sticking a cage in, that's where you need all the strength for the cage, for the protection. So that probably would have just fallen through previously. I've got to do something with this leak. Right, so I think that's it for this video. Next one will be getting into position, cutting the laterals down, and just getting the cage in, which would be great. And also, I might, while I'm doing that, is start with the body panels. I've got them out, I've been putting them in place. I'm just going to get them cut down a bit, and yeah, get on with that. So yeah, these are the fun things to do. Yeah, I sort of misunderstood the minimum 30 degrees for the backstays, because I thought I wouldn't get it. This is 45 degrees from the vertical, and yeah, we're going to get that. That's going to be fine. I can as long as it's over 30 degrees, so I can get the backstay to stop around here somewhere. So that gives it quite a flat plate to sit on. And that means I can keep it near the top, which is the best place to have it, as high up as possible. And then the diagonal will go from the joint to the rear backstay that side, and then I'll be able to fit the harness bar on. For some reason I've got the 30 degrees mixed up. I was thinking it was off the horizontal, and I thought that way, if it was 30 degrees off the horizontal, it would end up lower down here, and I thought that's maybe why the other cage was like that, but it's not. I've got no problems there.